What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. I don't know. But I'm here to review They Say It's a Big Rich Town Part 2. That's what I call it, Big Rich Town. I'm talking about Power Book 2 Ghost. And this is Season 3. It's the first episode. It premiered, go figure, on St. Patrick's Day. That's funny. On St. Patrick's Day, this is when the St. Patrick show premiered, the season premiere. And man, this was a good episode. This season's gonna be good. They kicked it off real good. I really enjoyed it. So, you know where we last left off. We had some deaths. We had Mecca being killed. We had Lauren being killed. Zeke, which surprised me, Zeke was killed, and he was killed by Monet's Monet's husband. So it was like, wow, that was crazy. So, and we also saw, once Mecca was killed, we saw Tariq take that ring, give it to McLean, and tell McLean, listen, handle this, sell it, put it through the market, whatever he did. So the beautiful blue diamond or whatever it's called ends up at an auction house. But there's this mysterious, beautiful chocolate sister. And I said, yeah, she gonna be a problem. She's sitting at the auction. She's sitting back chilling. She didn't bid at first. I thought she was gonna bid. I'm like, oh, she gonna bid on it. This ring is worth millions. She didn't bid. She just watched to see who all was bidding. And then this guy with deep pockets, he took it, he got it. And I'm like, okay, where they going with this? So then we see him proposing at a park, at a beautiful, water fountain. He got his girlfriend out there. He gets on one knee. She's excited. This is the night, the highlight of her life. This is like a big moment of her life, and unfortunately, the end of her life too. She's like, oh, yes, I say I do. So that's all beautiful. I'm like, okay, they got engaged. Here comes that same woman, that beautiful, mysterious chocolate sister. She got her people with her this time. And she's like, congratulations on your engagement, but the ring right there, that belongs to me. So, he got a flex. He got his girl with him. He just proposed. He got money. He's like, y'all need to F off. See, you messed up right there, bro. I get it, but it's like, I know I would, you with your girl, you want to flex. I ain't gonna let you punk me talking about you want this ring back. But see, I would have did my math. You see what I'm saying? It was her and her goons. I'm like, yeah, people just walk up you telling you, give me the ring. Something is up here. It's like, something is up. But of course, he's like I told y'all, get out of here. That didn't go so well. Homegirl took his fiance's hand and chopped that sucker off and took the ring off. So now the woman's screaming. I said, oh, this is gruesome. I said, oh, this beauty right here. This sister don't play. Took that ring off. And of course, she had to finish them off, killed them, and left them right there at the water fountain just like that. I said, dang, that was crazy. So I said, who is this woman? Whoever she is, she's no joke. She got to be tied in somehow. So I'm like, what's going on? Meanwhile, as that's going on, we know that at the Tejada home, Monet, I was about to say Mary J, but Monet, played by Queen of Hip Hop Soul, Mary J. Blige, who I've seen thousands of times in concert, but that ain't what we talking about. But anyway, Monet she's still in mourning over the death of Zeke, and she's just upset. She's even taking it out on the family. She's yelling at her husband. She's not even want to hear anything that Diana has to say. Because remember, Diana blew the whole thing up. And in a way, she's kind of like just pissed off with her because, you're the reason he fled in the first place when you revealed that I was his mother and not his auntie. But, that's what she's dealing with. But she finds out that Mecca's penthouse is left to her, being that Zeke was his next of kin. Zeke is dead, and she's Zeke's mama. She gets the penthouse. She's like, of course, her husband is like, I don't want no parts of that. I don't want to be in that dude's house. And she's like, well, listen, this is what we going to do. She tells her two sons, she tells them, y'all are going to go stay over there. She told Kane and the other one, she told them, y'all going to go stay over there. So the two sons are going to stay over there while I stay here and grieve and be grumpy. So Diana is like, she won't even eat. She's trying to feed Monet. Monet don't want nothing to eat. Monet is just pissed off. So then Diana's dad, he says to her, he says, listen, this is what we going to do? We're going to let you go stay at Stansfield. That's the name of the college, right? He said, didn't you always want to go there? I can pull some strings and you can go stay there. So now Diana is going to go to Stanfield. Meanwhile, speaking of that, Tariq, they're looking at him funny and shady. Braden's been kicked out because he took the fall for being the one who created course correct, which we know he didn't. So he's been kicked out of school. So he has to go and work at his father's law firm and work with his uncle. And we're introduced to some characters, the brothers, the colleagues. That's going to be interesting. And the young lady that's working under them, that's all going to be interesting. And there's going to be a storyline and some twists and turns with that. But he still wants to still be in the game. Poor Tariq, they ain't trusting him. They're looking at him sideways. He can't get a dorm. So he goes and he gets Tate, and Tate pulls some strings. And that's how he's able to get a dorm room or whatever, because they're not feeling him, whatever. Now look at this. Diana is now going to be at the dorm, but she's staying in the Braden family dorm with Braden's sister. So I said, look at how they tying this all in. And also, we have a new professor, excuse me, who has some relations with Tate. And did y'all see that whole exchange when Tate was with his woman and that professor walked up and they exchanged conversation? The way they was looking at each other, I was like, yeah, something's going on here. Something's going to happen with that situation. That's going to be interesting. I also like the classroom scene. That was good too. That was good. But let's get down to who is this beautiful yet deadly, mysterious woman. Her name is Roma. So now, this is how we find out all this about her. So now that the Tejada brothers are at this Mecca's penthouse, is their place now, and they're trying to get a new deal and a new connect going. That dude said, nah, if you don't go to the percentages that I want, you don't make the deal that I want, we not doing this. So they're out there, and then Tariq and Braden come over, and they want to work with them again. Of course, Kane is like, I don't want to be bothered with y'all. So as he says that, the lights go off, and who is it? It's that same mysterious woman, and she's like, I want to know what happened to Mecca. She says, Mecca was my partner. But then she says, and my fiance. And she's like, I'll kill all of y'all. Y'all playing game. And you see this woman, she kills the woman. She's like, y'all play with me, everybody be killed up in here. Who's going to give me a sensible answer? They rough up Kane. And so they find out like she said, she was his Mecca's business partner and his fiance. So that got me to thinking, y'all. I said, so wait a minute. Wasn't he telling Monet, baby, run off with me into the sunset and we could live together? He was going to have some problems, because you think Roma was going to allow that? So anyway, she's like, where's Mecca's supply? What's going on with his supply? Y'all playing games with me. Y'all better get this. Something gotta give. That's what she's like. Something's gotta give. So they tell her, listen, we were working with Mecca. We can help. We can help you. We can move this stuff. Now, here's the thing. This is a big supply of stuff. So they're like, this is a big product. And she's like, okay, I'm going to give y'all X amount of days to prove yourself. And they're like, how can you do this? How are you going to be able to do this? Now, that's interesting, right? Very interesting. Now, remember what happened also. Tariq is dating Effie now. Tariq does not know that Effie and Braden and Kane conspired to kill off his girlfriend, the girl he liked, Lauren. So he don't know nothing about that. And he's also keeping from Effie. He doesn't want Effie dealing again and being involved in all of this stuff. And so he doesn't really tell her. So then Sneaky Kane tells her. So now she knows, and it's like, listen, we got to put me down with all of this as well. But that's not the only problem. Remember the little spoiled rich kid, what's his name? Sebastian? He tells Tariq, bruh, we know you created Course Correct. Y'all better have some money. You better have some money for me, or by a few days or so. I think he gave him a few days. I'm going to go to the cops and tell them you're behind Course Correct. Then he also went to Braden and threatened Braden. So then Braden goes to Kane and is like, listen, we got to kill this dude. Kane is like, I'm not killing him. You're going to kill him. So just as he's about to do that, planning to do that, Tariq has a conversation with Braden. I'm sorry, with Bash, and he's telling him, listen, we can do this, we can do this. And Bash starts talking reckless. I know who you are and what you really are and what your father really is and this and that, running his mouth too much. And he said a little too much to Tariq, and Tariq took that knife, told him, shut up. He kept talking. Tariq offed him. So he's gone. And as that happened, Kane and Braden came in just in time. It's like, okay, well, he did the dirty work for us. So that was that. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is getting good. But they still have this problem of how are they going to move this product for this Roma woman? Now, Zeke, they have a memorial for Zeke at the school, and Tariq gives this speech, which I thought was good. Then at the same time, then he kind of made it about himself and, this, that, and the third. I was like, okay, this shouldn't be about you. But it was a clever way to paint a better picture of himself, although you just killed somebody. And you are a bad guy. You are. And he says, you see in that, we see it was good to see an appearance by Little Mo. She's saying it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. You know that song. And that was beautiful how they did that. Monet can't handle it. Monet is just torn up. She leaves the stand and she's in there crying. We see Tariq speaking to her. He's like, listen, I can make this up to you. I'm going to find out who did this. As he's saying that, Daddy Tahaja is sitting right there. We're watching. He sees the whole thing. Monet wants revenge, and I wonder how she's going to react. She probably killed him too when she finds out that the father of her other children killed her secret child. That's going to be crazy when she finds out. It was a really, really, really good episode. Oh, then we saw Jenny Sullivan and Bianca Rodriguez talking, and they coming up with something. Sullivan tells Rodriguez, listen, I have a CIN. We can take down St. Patrick, the Tejada family. I know that they're working together. I got someone on the inside. You got to help me try to pull a team together because, they made a fool out of me in court. So now we got to get together and try to pull this together and take them down. And I'm like, who's the CI that she has? So that's the plan that she says she has in place for them. And that was very interesting. I was like, wow, that's going to be crazy. But the big bombshell of this episode for me, well, for everyone actually, is when we seen Sullivan going to this home at the end of the episode, and we see Lauren. Lauren is alive, y'all. Lauren is alive, and she says, "How long do I have to pretend to be dead?" She said, "Listen, just end it right there. How long do I have to pretend to be dead?" I was like, whoa. What does this mean? How is all this going to play out? Lauren is alive. The twist and turns of this show is crazy. So I cannot wait for the next episode. I enjoyed this. So now it's like, what's going to happen when Tariq finds out Lauren is alive? What's going to happen when he finds out? Because he's going to find out that Braden and Diana and Kane had something to do with that. What's going to happen when Monet finds out that her husband has something to do with Zeke? It's so many twists and turns, and everybody's back at the school together. This is going to be crazy. This Roma woman is going to cause a lot of problems too. And then I'm predicting we might have this face-off between Roma and Monet. Right? Something. That's going to be good. But I thought it was really good. It was a strong first episode of the new season. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. That's all I have. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video.